Destroying that factory had a bigger impact than we thought. Admiral Akbar is calling all Republic ships to Jakku. The whole Imperial fleet is there, minus the equipment they would have received from Sullust. I expect my father will be there too. But catching him is no longer our priority. This battle could be the end of the war. Let's get in, and we do what we can to help.
I'm picking up distress calls. Too many to count.
Del, the Corvus is yours. Cover the sky. Shriv and I will help on the ground.
Hold on a moment. Aiden. Make sure you come back.
Make sure I have a ship to come back to.
Hey, Shriv, I hope you survive this incredibly dangerous mission as well. Thank you, Del. Your friendship means everything to me.
Well, if this doesn't look crazy, don't know what does.
Del, we're approaching a distress beacon. Patch me in.
Yes, Mom. This is Captain Lindsay. Our ship has crashed. Imperial walkers are cutting through the survivors. We need evac now. Heads up. Enemy ships closing in on us.
TIE fighters inbound. Let's take them down. TIE destroyed. This is Commander Aiden Versio, Inferno Squad. Help is on the way, Captain.
Inferno! Those AT-ATs are closing in on our crash site!
Keep us covered, Captain. We're landing on your position.
Thank you, Commander. We were shot down on our way to Carbon Ridge.
We'll get you there.
We can't evacuate until those walkers have been destroyed.
Then we need an orbital strike. Where are your macro binoculars?
When we fell back to this position, the binacs got left behind.
Shriv and I will get them. Stay here and lay down cover fire. Slice this.
I don't think I changed anything the last time. Heal.
Commander, the binocs are close.
This is Inferno Squad calling Starhawk Command, requesting an orbital strike.
This is Starhawk Command. Inferno, you are go for orbital. Paint your target and we'll rain fire.
Orbital barrage, here! Give me fire! Here!
Watch out!
Danger close.
The walkers are still coming! Hit him again, The walkers are too close! Confirmed. That AT-AT is destroyed. Oh, lovely. Enemy reinforcements are here.
One more, and that walker is done for.
Come on.
Get into cover!
The second AT-AT is down. Commander, that's all we can do. Starhawk Unity is moving on.
That's all we need, Starhawk. And thanks. You saved a lot of lives.
Inferno! We're falling back the evacuation zone. This way!
Del, let's get Captain Lindsay out of here.
I'm inbound. The pickup, Commander.
Time to regroup.
Heavy! Imperial reinforcements! Still with us, Commander.
Hello.
Hello, Captain Lindsay. Welcome to the Corvus.
Triv, help our friends to the Corvus.
Got it. Everybody move!
Everyone aboard!
Go! Get out of here! Thank you, Commander.
Anytime, Captain.
Good luck out there.
Triv, back to our ships.
Can we talk about that orbital strike thing for a minute?
Sure, what about it?
I think that was the best thing I've ever seen.
You almost sound like you're enjoying yourself.
I would never.
All right, to the X-Wings, I guess.
Scenery's insane.
This is Starhawk Unity. We can't find a gap in the Empire formation. There's no breaking through their fleet. Not yet. We need additional support. Does anyone read me? This is Starhawk Unity. Sounds busy up there.
A fight this size? It's everyone for themselves. Best thing we can do is focus on what's down here.
So, what happens if we cross paths with your dad?
We've spent so long trying to track him down. I really don't know what happens if we find him now. We should focus. He's not the mission.
Phantom Squadron inbound on the Empire's ground defenses. Wedge, Snap, take out those cannons and keep us clear in the stars. We're working on getting the Ravager out of this fight.
Bombers!
Nice shot, Versio. Here we go!
New orders from Admiral Akbar. We need to secure access to an Imperial facility in Carbon Ridge. Can I get any assistance on the ground?
Okay, that's that.
Commander, that downed Star Destroyer is deploying bomber reinforcements to an Imperial research facility at Carbon Ridge.
That facility is a key target for the Republic. Mike, we can cut off those bombers from inside the hangar.
Great idea. Find somewhere to land.
I know this was my idea, but how are we gonna shut down that hangar?
We get inside and search the wreckage for remote detonators.
They don't know we're here.
Good. Stay close. Wait until I open fire.
Which will most likely be very soon.
Taking inventory of these weapons.
I'd almost rather have a different gun though. I'm not a fan of this one.
How long until the transport arrives?
Coming from that hangar. First, we need enough detonators. Then that's where we're going.
Detonators, over here.
Heal me, pal! That's better.
Watch out! Enemy heavy!
I'm like stuck.
Officer!
There's got to be a different weapon somewhere. I hate this thing.
Get ready!
Detonators here.
That's not gonna be enough.
Keep an eye out for more. Let's stun them. That's all of them. We got a clear path to the hangar. We just need those detonators. More detonators.
More explosions!
Time to shut down the hangar for good.
About Ray! TIE fighter up top!
Find heavy weapons! Now! Give me a heal. That's better.
Got him!
Bet they didn't see that coming.
Well, they might have.
So, where do we plant these charges?
Straight onto the ties. An explosion that size will chain all the way through the ion engine systems.
And shatter the ship from the inside out.
Exactly. Detonator planted.
And we've got our, what, MG 42, 34? I forget which one it is. I'd still almost rather have... Well, play with this for a little bit.
Detonators are primed.
Okie doke. Let's get out of here. Fast.
Slice that.
They just keep coming.
Then just keep shooting!
That would be their rescue team.
Get to the ship! Heal me up!
Ah, damn it. Oof.
Get him out of our way! Keep it up, we're almost out of this. Stunned. I need healing! Nice one, droid.
I hope we planted enough detonators.
Looks like it.
I'd say we did.
Shriv, regroup with the Corvus. Del, find out where else we can help.
Good job down there. Captain Lindsay and his men are taking Carbon Ridge right now.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Or me.
How's it going up there?
Hard to tell, but I think the Empire is losing.
I think you're right. I can feel it. It's almost over. Today,
The Empire dies.
Better late than never.
Long way up. How about a view, though, first? Wow.
Commander, we have a problem.
What was that?
Your father. He's found us.
The Admiral is sending bombers after the Corvus.
they'll have to get through us first. Let's take them down.
Yes, Commander.
Bomber down! Bombers are done.
Not yet. We got another squadron coming our way. Corvus is hit.
One down.
So long. One down. All right, who's next?
We've got another TIE squadron inbound, but something's different. They're coming right for you. Hello, Iden.
Task. I knew you couldn't pass up this opportunity.
Believe me, you and Del are the least of my concerns today. There's more going on here than you understand.
Squadron, attack!
Fighter down.
Come on, you son of a gun.
Commander, do you read me? Iden, are you all right?
I'm good.
Good. Look around you. It's almost over.
Not yet. Get the Corvus to safety. I'm finishing what we started. I'm gonna get my dad.
Iden, he's not worth it.
I have to try, Del. Now go.
Fine. Retreat!
Close one.
Iden. Iden?
I'm okay, Del. I'm gonna find a way inside. You and Trip follow the next distress signal.
Iden, no way! We're coming back for you right now.
No, you're not! That's an order! Droid, disable comms.
Iden, no!
This is freaking insane. Whoa.
Hold on! to slice.
So I guess they're just giving me a chance to. What else did I have? Kill Street Vanguard. Man, this is insane looking though. You got to give it that. Oh no!
I see him.
Where do we need to go? Maybe this way.
Appreciate it.
Man, look at those guns.
Nice. Heal me up. I owe you one. Disable, please.
Coming here was a big mistake.
I'd say the same to you, pal.
Heal me up. That's better. That'll work. Let's go. We need to get my father off this ship before it goes down. Slice, please. He's still here. You're up. Admiral, the Empire's time has come. You don't have to go down with it.
This is a rescue attempt. I politely decline.
We have to go now.
Rax expects me to leave, too. This is where I belong. I gave my life to this empire. Fought to keep it strong. Hard to believe this is all that's left. You saw the Empire's weakness and refused to let it consume you. It makes you stronger. That's why you're leaving here without me.
Deserves better than this.
No, I don't, but you do, Aiden. You deserve to live in peace. Go. Survive. Live.
Gotta get to Del. Gotta stay alive. Droid, reestablish comms. Del, keep us raiders going down. Do you copy? Del? Are you there? I'm coming, Del.
Aiden, it's over. We won.
It's over.
Cut it out. Cut it out. The droid tells me you're alive.
Looks that way.
I'm glad. Now, come on. You gotta see this.
me to the prisoner.
Of course. This way, please.
You know, if you wanted to hire my ship, you could have just asked.
The map to Skywalker. You know how I can find it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Show me where the old man took it.
Get out of my head! I won't tell you anything.
You think this ship will protect you, keep you safe? It won't. This is where you began. You hoped the Empire would make you brave. Do you feel brave now? Has the map to Skywalker.
I don't know what you're talking about!
Where did he take it? Your memories are so easily broken. You will tell me. Eventually.
What is it you want, Captain?
Well, we'll just have to see.
I toast Admiral Versio. Impossible.
Breathe later.
Aiden Versio. She was brave enough for both of you.
First in, last out.
She led you to ruin. You were born a coward.
We adapt or we die.
Aiden Versio made you a traitor. You think she changed you? That your daughter changed you? You've been here before. You found something. A choice. You found faith.
The Jedi. Why did you help me?
Because you asked. Frankly, the wrong thing.
Force brought you to the old man. Where did he take the map to Skywalker? You were a fool to come back here. It's how they found you. Ardos. Where your family was broken. I'll break you here again.
You're wrong. I will resist.
The map.
I won't tell you.
Tell me where Lord Santeca took the map.
Bayora. He took it to Bayora.
I have what I came for. He's yours now. Clean this up.
How are you, Dal? You spare me the pleasantries, Task. We both know how this ends.
Yeah, and you don't get to be brave! Because you are not a soldier anymore! Look at you, you're a coward. You traded in your weapon. For what? Fatherhood. All in cargo on the Corvus. You know, Aiden may have betrayed me, but you, Del, you let me down! You...
We all change, don't we? Hey? And look at you. You used to be dead.
Well, Aiden could do just about anything except kill me. Apparently.
Ask Gideon. Please. Don't go after her. It won't end well for you. Please.
So, Project Resurrection can continue as planned.
On the contrary, Clem. I sought you out because you were useful to me once. We rebuilt your home and we allowed Janata Security to maintain control of the system, but in return you have fallen behind schedule and you have allowed an outsider to discover our plan.
An honest mistake, I assure you. My men will relocate the Pinio operation and double, triple our efforts on Athula.
Well, I shall leave behind a few of my men to see that you do. Make sure you bury Del Mico and his crew. But leave the Corvus alone.
You know it will lead her back here.
I'm planning on it.
Well, damn. So much for the happy ending. But I believe that we're going to get more campaign in free DLC. Well, hopefully. But with that said, first and foremost, special thanks to everybody that's joined me for another campaign playthrough. Those of you that joined me for the Twitch live stream where I completed the game in one sitting, thank you. And also those of you on YouTube catching the edited version, thank you. Always appreciate your viewership. I'm glad that some people could see past the whole Loot Crate debate and just enjoy one of my playthroughs. I did take a little bit of flack for creating this playthrough as people saw it as me supporting EA, and that's simply not the case. I am a Star Wars fan, and I wanted to check out the campaign. The story is official canon now. This is Star Wars lore. In the eyes of the Star Wars universe, Disney and EA combined, this actually happened. And so, like it or not, if you didn't watch this or read about it or in some way expose yourself to it, then you're missing out on a piece of the universe and the lore. Quite a few people get to see the story without having to buy the game, and you get it at my level of quality. So I think that that's a good thing. And so I appreciate those of you that also see it that way. Now, with that said, the game, mostly going to talk about the campaign. I didn't really enjoy the multiplayer. If you're curious about that, I played it for a few days on Twitch, and it's just not that great. Even in spite of the Loot Crate issue, the game is just not that good. It's very linear and boring. Cool maps, that's about it. But with the campaign, I have to say, not amazing. A very average game. You know, some of the locations were cool. There were cool elements. Some of the dialogue was pretty great. I enjoyed the cameos. You know, Luke, Han, Leia. I think they did a really good job with Luke Skywalker in terms of his personality and who he is. But when it came down to the action, it was very generic. The AI was horrible. I don't think I've ever headshot so many AI in all my years of playing a video game. I played the game on normal. I play everything on normal. And I just didn't find it to be very rewarding in terms of the combat. I felt the upgrades were often pointless and a waste of time. Some of the maps I recognized from the multiplayer stuff. The Naboo map with Leia and the Han Solo level are also multiplayer levels for the most part. I don't know if the multiplayer took them from the single player or if the single player took them from the multiplayer, but we did see those maps in versions of the beta. So yeah, just super, super generic gameplay, which is unfortunate because EA has had the Star Wars license for so long, and this is all we're getting out of it. You look at these beautiful levels and you listen to the amazing Star Wars audio, sound effects, and the music, and you're thinking, why isn't there some brilliant RPG in the works by the original BioWare team, what's ever left of them? Why are they working on Anthem, you know? Why are they wasting their time on that when they have access to Star Wars? Why is there not a new X-Wing versus TIE fighter with these brilliant cockpit graphics, you know, track IR support? There's so many things that they could do. But we know that EA will never do it because they're too afraid to make a game that might actually require a few brain cells. And, well, that's just unfortunate. We are de-evolving as a gaming society, it would seem, at least in terms of the development and publishing of titles that actually make people think. But, with that said, going back to a little bit of the story, I always thought it would be interesting to see things from the Imperial perspective. Similar to how I think it would be interesting to even get a few more World War II movies that might show things from the perspective of a common German soldier. Because you have to remember that not every German was a Nazi, right? So from the common soldier's perspective, they're just fighting for their country. They're being told what to do, and they're being told why they're doing something, even if it's not necessarily for the greater good. And so, similar to that, with the Empire, there are soldiers, stormtroopers, whether they're a common stormtrooper or special forces in this case. They might not know what's going on. They might not know what the Sith is, similar to how a lot of Germany didn't necessarily understand the evil of the Nazi Party, right? They don't know the Sith. They don't know necessarily about the dark side. To them, it's a lot of religious hocus pocus. And they're just fighting for a cause. And they're being told that the rebels are terrorists and they're the evil ones, right? And so I thought, okay, it might be interesting to see that side of things, these soldiers fighting to survive. And I kind of figured it would happen. We got a little bit of it, but then it turned pretty quickly and we were, back with the rebels. Now, granted, it might be difficult to make a game about you killing rebels for, 5 hours. Even at the beginning when I was headshotting every rebel in sight, you couldn't help but feel bad about it, at least for me, because I know the truth, right? And, some people are just always going to take the Imperial side because they think that's the cool thing to do anyway. And granted, I do think stormtrooper armor and all that stuff is cool. I would realistically never side with them knowing the truth, right? But it would be cool to get a little bit more of their perspective. And it was unfortunate that a lot of it was kind of cut short. And in some cases, I think we saw things that didn't make sense. Even a few of you commented during the Twitch stream and even in the YouTube comments about how the Imperials were mistreating their citizens and their planets at one point after such a devastating loss, losing their Emperor and the Death Star. Why would they want to turn their citizens against them when they should be rallying people, right? And creating more propaganda in order to fight against the continued rebel threat. So there were some holes, I think, in the story, some things that maybe didn't make too much sense, but I think they wanted us to continue to know that the Empire is evil and that we had to make this switch. And so we had to, turn our guns towards the people that we were just fighting for. So I get what they were trying to do, especially with the time allotted, but I think in the end, it's a tough pill to swallow, especially considering the fact that we killed so many rebels at the beginning of the game, and now all of a sudden we're being trusted by the rebels to take command of X-Wings and fight alongside Leia and everything. It's just kind of like, didn't you just kill a bunch of us a few days ago or whatever? I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, I don't want to read too much into it. I get it. It's a game, time restraints, yada, yada. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, very much appreciate you hanging out. Always means a lot. If I could ask you to spend some time looking at the links in the description below, I would also appreciate that. Following on Twitch and Twitter, all that. It really does help. Hitting the thumbs up button on a video that you enjoy also helps me a great deal. And I think that about covers it. So, I will definitely see you on the next one. And may the Force be with you.